Good evening. Hello. I'm Reverend Robin Ashak, aka the Spiritual Spinister, and it's Wednesday, which means it's time to spin into the stillness. This is that great midweek opportunity that we have to reflect and reset if it's needed for the rest of the week or recommit to all of the things that we have accomplished thus far. with our meditation practice, and with our sense of stillness, which is really what we are ultimately aspiring to, is that ability to be still in any situation, in any experience that we're having. Can we access all of the peace and serenity that we can experience in our time of kind of sequestered meditation? Can we do it out there in the world? So we don't have to do it here, which is why we've carved out this space for ourselves. But ultimately, we want to be able to take these skills and these muscles that we are shaping of meditation and mindfulness and stillness and take them out into the world and apply them on a daily basis. Now, when we do our meditations, we like to go in with some information, which means that we want to kind of focus where we want to be this evening. And we start out by setting an intention for our meditation. And this can be for this evening's meditation. This can be for your meditation practice. I think keeping it for the week, for this period of time, just is a little bit easier. The scope is a little more focused, and we don't have to kind of think on a macro way. So think about something that you would like to experience or that you are looking for as a result of meditating this evening. Put it into a couple of words and then write it down on a little slip of paper, just like this, or write it in a meditation journal. Maybe you have one on your phone. But the point of kind of articulating it is to give voice to those thoughts, give impact to what you would like to accomplish, and make a declaration to that inner self about what you are seeing for yourself. Make a declaration to, if you believe in the power of source as an ultimate energy, declare that to source so that source knows how to bring it back to you, or what to bring back to you. So let's do that now. And again, the reason I like to write them on these little slips of paper, it is a habit that I developed, or that was developed for me actually, as at the church that I was a member of and then a pastor of, where we would write down our meditation intentions, and then we would gather them up and throw them into a burning bowl at the conclusion of the meditation. So that's why I like to keep with that practice. And being that we are experiencing this meditation in cyberspace, I can create one that says everyone's intentions and use that as our proxy for me collecting them from everybody else and throwing them into the bowl. So um, again, if you write it on your little slip of paper, hold it in your hand while you meditate, give it energy, and then just allow that energy to flow back at the end of the meditation. And I will put it all in this one little slip, and we will have that represent everyone's intentions. So let's do it now. Let's start by setting that intention for tonight. So I've written mine down there, and I am writing down everyone's intentions. As you can see, that's what this one says right here, everyone's intentions. So that gets put with everybody else's. So that's step one in getting our meditation preparation together. Step two is drawing an oracle card. So we use a deck called the Star Codes Astro deck. And I'm going to pull up the book This deck here is something that I've really been enjoying using over the last couple of months. Uh, Great cards, great information, concisely put, easy to understand. So I've really been enjoying it. And we are far from going through the entire deck of cards, which is crazy. I know for as long as we've been doing this, I guess it's almost a year, maybe. So we may draw the same card uh, next week or in 2 weeks, or maybe we draw the same card in a period of a couple of months. I would prefer to get through the deck before we move on. But I also know that when we draw those cards again, they might uniquely address the intention that we've set. So even if we draw the same card twice in a row, the intention that you set might be different, and this might hit differently on that intention. Or that card just pops up because we need to keep hearing its message again, because perhaps we didn't hear it clearly or act on it in the way that we could have before. So either way, whatever card we get is the right card for us this evening. So let's shuffle them off to Buffalo, as the saying goes, and we'll go on from there. So once again, please remember to hit like to this meditation and subscribe to the page and leave a comment. Tell me that you're here. Let me know that you're meditating. Say hello. And if you would like, jot down a few words about what you are experiencing in this meditation practice that you are establishing or have established. Share your thoughts. Let's keep a community. Let's grow a community. Tell friends. It's as simple as signing on to the YouTube channel or the Facebook page and listening. You're in cyberspace. We're in the ether right now. We're having an out of body experience together because we're dealing with a whole lot in this space together, but we're not actually physically together. So I always find that quite remarkable. And also remember, as we go into meditation, ambient sounds abound when you're at home, either in your location or in mine. And so I try to keep noise suppression on when I am not playing music, and I take it off when I do play music so that we don't get the music suppressed. But let's try to use those ambient noises, whether it's people talking or people walking down the street, as I can hear sirens or my dog's barking or your dog barking. We want to, even if we're startled, be able to pivot right back into that stillness again, because the aspiration ultimately is to be still anywhere at any time. Just kind of allow yourself that jarring, and then just kind of whip it right back to your meditative state and see if you can go even more deeply than you were when you got started the first time. So maybe it won't happen. We've been pretty lucky over the last several weeks, but who knows? Who ever knows? So let's draw this card. Maybe it'll be different. Always looking forward to card being different. Maybe. Draw that top card. That way you see I'm not reaching in the deck for my own card, and that card is for tonight. Ooh. All right, so we have had this one before, but it's always good to be reminded. It's solar flares. The card says to activate. It's time. It's time. So let me put this card down, and I'm going to put it up on the screen. And when I do, take a look at the artwork, see how it makes you feel, see how it relates to your intention. And then when I read about the card, same, listen to the words, see how it fits, see if it's working, and then we will go a little more deeply into our time together. And there is the card. So we see the flares there, all the complex diagrams, but the message for sure is to activate. So let's hear more about it, this activation. and see how it relates to your intention. Here we go. Solar flares. Activate. The sun's surface is always roiling. A flare can flash brightly on the surface or become a coronal mass ejection many times the size of Earth that shoots out charged particles. When these particles head toward Earth, not only are our electronics disrupted, but also our politics heat up as we question old systems and grow hungry for new answers. The volume turns up on all astrological activity. High peaks of solar activity were recorded around the French Revolution, the American Revolution, and during the mid 1960s, times when people fought the status quo and sought revolutionary change. The action change is in the air. Huh. Understatement, right? A flare of energy supports your work. That's good news. The mood is restless, sparky, revolutionary, and curious. People are hungry for change. It's not the time to be quiet, but to be fast on your feet. Whoa. Solar flares magnify the energy on any other cards you pull. When the sun is storming, our social and political world activates, revolutionary change manifests, and trees grow faster in the forest. Aim carefully because a solar flare brings momentum, not thoughtfulness that you have to provide. Oh, that you have to provide. A calm metaphysical perspective may not be easy, but you can bring that in to create balance and longevity. So the flare's happening. We're activating. We don't want to flame out. We need to gauge ourselves and bring that balance and longevity. What you build during a solar flare may be hot and fervent, but not necessarily long-lived. To turn an idea or a love affair into something permanent, like a business plan or a partnership, will take conscious effort. The challenge of this card tempers flare along with the sun. You can scorch yourself with too much passionate action and not enough emotional sensitivity if you are not mindful. The gift of this card, the sun, is sending extra voltage and inspiration your way, so use it wisely. Feel the heat in the situation, the passion in the people involved. Then balance that fire by adding water's compassion, the thoughtfulness of air, and the logistics of earth to turn that inspiration into reality. Turning that inspiration into reality. That's exciting. So, what better way to activate than to meditate? So, if you haven't already, find that place of comfort in your space where you are feeling rested, relaxed, but also we're active. This is about activation. We're keeping that in mind. So we want to have our minds remain, again, serene, but also have the ability to have this dialogue, this communication with our inner self, our deep self, what I consider our divine self. And one more word about the card itself and everything that I've read. You may not believe in the mystic or the metaphysical nature of these cards. So instead, think of them as a creative prompt, a prompt. They're creative flashcards. You get that word that allows you to think differently, open your mind, get a different perspective, and maybe become a little more unstuck than you were before. So it's just a prompt. It's just a word that allows you to think differently about maybe whatever intention that you've set or whatever issue you are working on in your own life, if that makes sense. So let's get comfortable and let's begin this relaxation process by breathing and breathing consciously. So we're inhaling through our nose and we're holding for a moment. And we are exhaling through our mouth, nice and slow. Inhale again. And hold. And exhale. And one more deep breath. And as you exhale this time, allow your eyelids to close. I'm going to put the card up on the screen so that you can see it at any time during the meditation as a refresher. And so let us continue to breathe with intention, inhaling and holding and exhaling at your own pace. As you do, let's begin to allow our bodies to relax. Every inhale fills your body with oxygen. Every exhale, your entire body becomes lighter in weight, lighter and lighter. Inhaling and exhaling. And as your body relaxes and becomes lighter, feel the pain and discomfort just wash away. And also, as you breathe with that intention, imagine all of your mental and emotional conundrums and stress also just melt away. More and more relaxed, but also alert. Our bodies are relaxed and our minds are calm. Imagine ourselves in a vast, open, star and celestial body filled space. We're floating weightlessly. And as we do, we become very aware of the heat that is in our essence. We're not floating in space as a body. We are floating in space as an essence. Whatever that means to you. We become very aware of our essence, feeling warmer and warmer until it is hot. That heat, something in our lives that we feel very passionate about. For we are the sun at this moment, each of us our own white hot, powerful, light and heat drenched body, celestial body. And this that is burning from within, but also permeates everything outside of it. It's something that we feel passionate about. Something that has been in our life as a desire, a strong desire or a strong love. It burns from within with us. Does it burn as love for you, or does it burn as inspiration, creativity? What do you feel passionate about? Perhaps that you haven't acted on or would like to act more on, give more power to. Feel that passion, feel that fire in your soul. And being that we are celestial bodies, feel that fire as your soul right now. And now, think about something in this passion that you know that you've had to do, that you've been putting off, perhaps hiding from. But being that this passion is serving as somewhat of a calling, you know you cannot run. Think of that thing you have to do. Maybe it's a series of things. I'm going to count to three. And as you think of that thing in front of you, imagine it in a little dark orb of a package right in front of you. When I count to three, we are going to flare. We are going to feel the fire become even hotter and whiter, more powerful. And we're going to direct that flare right to that experience that we are keeping in its little cylindrical orb-like container. And we are going to flare on that item. We're going to release it from that orb. And we are going to apply our flare to it. We are going to see what needs to be done. And we are going to tailor our flare to accommodate it perfectly. The perfect amount of light and heat and engagement. So I count to three. 1, 2, 3, and flame and flare to that thing and that experience. Allow that orb to become hot and burst open, and that item, that task item, that experience, that person, that conversation to burst from this in a state of exactly clear about what has to happen for you to realize or move more closely toward this passion. Bathe it. Now that the flare has happened, bathe it with warmth and gentle discretion and responsibility and love. Then send it on its way into the space. You may watch it dissolve or disappear, but you know that your flare has released this. Your passion has called this forth. Now is one final part to this little experience. Allow yourself to think of just a couple of other, maybe 3 or 4 other experiences in your life that require a conscious activation, a conversation, an application, a task, just a couple of other things that are on your to-do list for your passions, not the extraneous things, those things that you know you must do or be. Now let us just take a deep breath and on the count of 3, once again, send that flare out to all of those things, releasing them, embracing them. For this is your promise, your deal, your bargain with your deep self. Whatever this passion is being revealed, whatever you must do, it is your deep self, your inner self, your higher self that is reminding you of this tonight. And so let's send out that flare. 1, 2, 3. Flare and flame and illuminate and warm with your power, with your immense white hot power. To all of those things. Feel them happen. Feel them manifest. Feel that sense of activation, that excitement. With that sense of activation and excitement, just make a little promise to yourself that after the flare comes the assessment, the review, and the action. The flare is not the activation. The flare is the illumination of what needs to be activated. We must activate ourselves. Let's choose to be kind to ourselves in that activation. Let's choose now to move from our solar experience of ourself, that flare, and let's move ourselves back into our material bodies. Just imagine that solar heat that is part of our soul, or that is our soul, however we're thinking about this. Just imagine it floating down gently into that place where we are relaxed here on the earth plane. Imagine that beautiful flare of light, that sun that we are, to drift back into our resting body. And let's just do a little mini flare throughout each section of our body, ensuring that we are pain-free and stress-free, at least in this moment of return. We are rejuvenated, we are re-energized, we are on fire for ourselves. Let us choose to return knowing that we are activated now for our own life. Let's take our breaths to return. Let's inhale. Exhale quickly. Inhale and exhale quickly. One more deep breath. Inhale and exhale quickly as we completely return to our bodies. And there we are. Welcome back from space. Welcome back from that flare. Can you feel it? Did your hair stand on end? What did you experience as you flamed out there, as you illuminated and you warmed all those places, or some of those places that you've needed to, as you've ignited your own passion? This is the time we're called to activate, all of us, for every individual intention that we've set, and for the ones that we set as a community. I need to hear this message as much as anybody else does. And so I'm grateful that you have joined me as a community to set the intentions and to hear the messages and to be vulnerable enough to figure out how to apply these insights to you. And let's take all that energy that we've just had, we've just garnered, put them in that little slip of paper. Send yours to me as I send mine off first, and then I'm going to send the other one in right after that so it can still be benefit from the flame that I have started. So doing this now. It's one. And the second one follows. Yes, and we say goodbye. We release our attachment to those intentions. We've set them, but now we let them go. We allow them to unfold for us, but we remain conscious of how they're unfolding. So again, let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you've had fun, if you are enjoying your meditation process, what else you might like to do during meditation. if you are following on any of the other sites. So let's see, Kathleen and Sue, I love you. Mwah. Thank you for joining me here. Thank you for honoring your own commitment to yourself. And I don't think I have any messages from the other sites. But again, when they happen, sometimes I miss them and sometimes I catch them late. So if you are watching tonight, please send me a little note, say hello, let me know what you think, and yeah, I'll look forward to that. A couple of other housekeeping notes before we sign off. If you like these weekly meditations, I have been doing a Monday meditation moment. They're usually about 10 minutes, so you can check those on Mondays. I don't do them live, but I do post them Monday evenings. May do them live at another time, but if not, just catch me late Monday night or early Tuesday morning for a Monday quick meditation. And that's just without really a theme. It's just a way of us grabbing those few moments, keeping that practice moving. So check those out on my YouTube channel, or on Instagram, actually, is where I post those. So I haven't done them YouTube yet, actually. So check them out on my Instagram feed. All these are in my link tree, and I can put that link tree in the notes to either of these meditations. Check them out. Keep moving forward. Keep meditating. I love you all so much. I'm so grateful that you're here and that you're sharing and that you are experiencing this as a community. And I will look forward to and meet you back here at this time next week. It will be March. This is our final February meditation. It's moving very quickly, and we'll be in springtime before you know it. Looking forward to that. Have a great night. Have a great week. And again, see you back here, 7:30 next week. Good night.